Hi there, my name is Eli, and welcome back to my channel, Draculija. And in today's video, I am going to be discussing the future of Rainbow High. So this past week, there were a lot of doll leaks for Rainbow High. We have a new look at like a winter-themed line, as well as a Color and Create Series 2, and then a third line called Moonbows, which looks very interesting and intriguing. I think it looks pretty cool. So I want to talk about all of these leaks while I opened and unboxed a Fantastic Fashion Sunny Madison doll. So these dolls went on sale this past week on Target, Walmart, Amazon for $23, which is okay. I think they can go even lower, but for 23 bucks, I snagged a Sunny Madison. I think she looks super cool. So I'm gonna unbox her while I talk about the leaks that we've seen and the future of Rainbow High and share my thoughts and opinions. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna open her up while I discuss the leaks. So I don't really know where these leaks came from. They just kind of popped up on like probably Twitter and then made their way to like Instagram and Reddit and all of the other places where the doll community happens to take place. So I love the winter line. I'm gonna start off with probably going to Color and Create and then finish off with Moonbows. And we have 4 dolls in the series. It looks like Bella, Sunny, Skylar, and Violet. We keep seeing Skylar and Violet, but I just think it's because those colors like lend themselves well to themed lines like a winter line. And one thing I want to mention pretty early on is I really like this new change for Rainbow High of having like 4 dolls in a doll line, right? We're so used to having like main lines of like 6 dolls because they're so focused on giving us like the whole color spectrum, like our mainline series, like as collectors, we refer to the dolls as Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, Series 5, and there's like main lines, and they're always usually 6 dolls in a main line. And all of these leaks, they're like 4 in a series of 4, which I like. I feel like 4 dolls is a lot more realistic and feasible to collect, and it's probably easier for them to do 4 dolls versus 6. I don't know. I just, like logistics wise, like behind the scenes, there's probably something to it. And I like 4 dolls. It's kind of easier to digest and process. And I think they look good on a shelf to display 4 dolls together. I'm kind of a fan of it. Um, I wasn't sure if that was going to be like the future of the brand, but after these leaks, like from what we've seen, for all 3 of them to have like 4 dolls, or well, no, Color and Create has 3, which that sort of aligns with the first round of Color and Create. So I guess that's a little inaccurate in some sense, but I'm still excited. And I want to read before I like get too deep. I want to read the description of the winter series because it's so peculiar and like this is where I'm starting to get a little bit more like really like we have to go and do that. So I have the description here. This was translated. I just found it on social media. I can't even tell you where. I'm so sorry. But it says, "Get ready for the snowfall. The snow outfits of the fashionable Winter Wonderland dolls not only look great, but also contain magical snow that transforms the appearance of the dolls. Just add water to the folds of the dress and watch as the outfits become lush and acquire different colors. You can transform outfits over and over again." And then it mentions like a pipette. It says magic snow is packed in different parts of each doll's outfit. Using the supplied pipette, add a few drops of water to the magical snow to transform the outfit. Watch as the quote unquote, the word snow is in quotations. I don't know why. Watch as the snow swells and reveals new colors. And then bonus, make your snowman out of snow, parentheses, kinetic sand. So that's the description for the series, which like is weird because we have like stock images and then there was probably like some type of toy show where people or someone took images of like the actual dolls and you can see Skylar and Violet and then like a little bit of Sunny, and I think they look really good. And then you even see the pets are flocked. Like I think they look really good. I think the fashion looks interesting, but this whole like weird snow gimmick I don't like it feels very akin to the slime, except it's a snow. I don't know. It's a snow feature, and it's like built into the clothes. I wonder if like you can remove the snow from the clothes, or if it's like stuck in there. Like I'm really curious how this is all going to play out. Because the slime is like wholly optional. A lot of people for the slime dolls, if they don't like slime, don't add the slime. Like super easy, right? But this one, I feel like the snow is not going to be as simple to like avoid. I feel like it's going to be unavoidable. Is like my guess. But enough with the snow, like just aesthetic wise of the dolls, they're giving me like, I feel like everyone's kind of seen this, but they're giving like Novi stars, like mermaids vibes, which I like. But it's kind of strange to me because it's like, okay, if you had the mermaids line, right? That was kind of a flop that didn't really succeed and like take off, right? Especially like the Winter Wonderland, is it Winter Wonderland line or Winter Wonder Waves or whatever that line was called, the winter line for the mermaids dolls. I liked them. I got them on clearance. But they weren't successful, right? They were overpriced. I don't think they sold very well. And it just feels like they're taking those like aesthetics and applying it to these dolls, which I am excited about in a weird way. I think it looks better on the Rainbow High doll. It just kind of feels like they liked what they were doing with Mermaids, but they just didn't have faith in that specific doll line, right? Like the actual base mermaid doll, they didn't have faith in. But they're like, well, let's just take those design principles, aesthetics, and translate them to on a Rainbow High doll, and maybe it'll be more successful. So kind of interesting. I do notice sometimes that like MGA, I don't want to say is lazy, but they like to recycle like ideas and themes and concepts a lot. Um, like side note, I've been collecting like Nana Surprise recently, and so many times I'm like, oh, like that's just Cheryl Meyer. Or, like Paula Perfect is a Clueless reference, just like Cheryl Meyer, and then Kitty Catwood is just like Bella Parker. But then that other outfit she has, the Argyle look, is like La Rose from OMG. Like all of their doll brands share and borrow aesthetics all the time. So I'm not saying this because I'm like shocked or surprised. I think it's just an interesting, observation, I guess is a better way to describe it. They also seem like they have intense like face shimmer, which I like, but I know a lot of people do not like that. So that's probably going to be a thing people complain about. I think the fashion looks better than the slime dolls. Like I still like the slime dolls. I'm vibing with them. I will say the fashion looks like an upgrade. I think Skylar's mermaid dress is way too bulky. Like the way it just sits around her waist and kind of flares out. Like I don't know. I don't know if the Rainbow High doll bodies lend themselves well to that type of silhouette, but Sunny looks so good. That's what I'm most excited for. And then Bella, just because I like Bella and she's pink. So I'm excited for her too. And I think Skylar looks good as well. I'm curious if her hair will look as good. I doubt it, to be honest. Um, and then Violet's Violet. I don't know what Violet's serving. Her hair's cute, I guess. They all have bags, and then they get pets and coats and tights, and it looks fun. I love a winter themed line. I'm excited for it. I like that it's only $4. I hope they're not too expensive. Like I kind of been liking the $25 price point, and these look like they could be more than 25. So I'm curious to see where the price falls for these as well. And even though they're like a winter themed line, they're probably going to come out in like June, right? They're not going to come out like in December. They're going to come out a little bit earlier, I'm sure. So I'm excited to get my hands on these four. I'll probably get Sunny and Bella first, and then Violet and Skylar later. But I do like them, and I kind of want all four of them. So I think these look really good. I do. I'm just kind of hoping that with this like Rainbow World reboot, we can sort of like steer away from just repeating the same characters again and again. Like as much as I love Sunny Madison and her crew, I guess, like I want more characters. Rainbow High has a huge catalog of characters that are so beloved by fans, and I don't know why they don't have faith in them. And I wonder if it's because everything is sort of like guided and dictated by like the webisodes and like their little YouTube show. Um, Maybe that's why, if I had to guess, but like it doesn't even seem like that's all that successful lately. I don't know. I just wish we got something more outside of just like the same bunch of characters. But I think everyone's starting to feel that. I feel like I see a lot of fatigue with these characters online as far as like fans and like feedback and things like that. But we'll see how this one pans out. I'm curious. The pets, we're getting more pets. They're flocked. These pets, I have to say, are just like not very ergonomic. Like they don't sit well in your hand. They're not fun to carry around the house. Like they're not like a littlest pet shop where they're like tiny enough to like carry with you. They're bulky and they're kind of big. I think they're cute-ish, but I feel like the design could definitely be worked on and a little bit more streamlined than like what it currently is. So yeah, they're flocked though, which I like flocked things. So like that's kind of cute. And obviously this line seems very pastel. It looks like Skylar. I'm looking at Skylar right now. It looks like she's steering away from denim, which is also really good because I think everyone's a little bit denimed out with Skylar. So we'll see. Overall, if this was all we saw from like these leaks, ignoring color and create, ignoring the Moonbows, I would still be pretty excited. I just think the fashion, like I said earlier, is a huge step up from the slime dolls, which I still made do with the slime dolls, but I do really like fun fashions. And even though some of these look a little bit strange silhouette wise, like the fabric looks really puffy, I think it's because of the snow gimmick, unfortunately. I think they still look really good. And overall, I'm excited for these. What can I say? I'm still working on Sunny, y'all. I don't like to mess up the dolls, and this little umbrella dress is so delicate. I'm trying to be careful. Okay, and then moving past the winter dolls, talking about the color and create dolls. I'm genuinely shocked we're getting a series 2 of color and create. I like them a lot. Like, I've had so much fun with them. I did little videos dyeing their hair. If you want to check those out, I had so much fun. But I don't know. I just kind of wasn't expecting it. I don't feel like it aligns with like where I saw the brand going as far as like the soft reboot and like the new direction, of the brand. I didn't feel like the Color and Create series kind of aligned with that, but I'm happily surprised that we are getting a series 2. And from the description, which I don't know if I'm going to read it like as verbatim as I did with the winter themed dolls, but it seems like they're veering more into like a tie-dye aspect for them. What does it say? Yeah, it literally mentions like tie-dye effect, um, different ways to apply it, either with like a sponge or submerging the dolls in like the water and getting a tie-dye effect. So yeah, I think that's a lot more like up my alley. I'm probably still gonna just do my own thing with red dye, but I think the tie-dye effect is kind of like a lot better than the markers. Like, I didn't even want to bother with the markers, to be honest. I was like, I'm not doing that. So I think that is a lot smarter from them. I hope they come with doll stands. And then probably the best thing about these dolls is they all have unique fashion. Like, that was another thing with the first round of Color and Create, is that they were all wearing like the same shoes, pants, t-shirt combos. Like, so boring. Like, the shoes were fine, I guess, like the plain white shoes. I did like those. I liked the sneakers and the heels. But as far as like the two shirts and like the pants we got, like, take it or leave it. Like, I didn't really care for or need so many copies of those outfits, as someone who bought all three styles of the Color and Create dolls. So I feel like this works out a lot better if you want, sorry, there's like a weird hair sticking out. I'm gonna cut that. If you want to get all three, you're not gonna be stuck with like so many copies of the same style of outfit. I think the outfits look really good too. I think the girl with the bangs probably got the short end of the stick, like a collar t-shirt and some pants, like whatever. But the other outfits are really cute. I like the dress. Kind of looks like I don't even know what type of dress that looks like, but it looks fun. It looks fun. I like the dress with like the little flares coming out and the tiered dress. And then the other one is kind of Emmy Vonda-esque with like a skirt and like a hoodie, but the boots look really cool. Boots are hard to like color unless you're like gonna paint them. So like I'm sure the tie-dye effect isn't gonna stick that well on the boots, just guessing. But overall, they look really, really good. They all have unique hairstyles as well. I don't think like the first round of Color and Create had like the worst hairstyles, but they seem a lot more like complex and like unique and original, which I like, but I'm also scared by because to do like a rit dye process, you kind of have to like take the hair down ideally and then like, I don't know, dye it and then let it dry and then re-put the hair back up. So even though they have these like intricate styles, if I'm going to dye them with rit dye, I'm probably gonna have to take them down anyways. So we'll see how that goes. And then bangs. Oh my gosh, I hate having to redo nylon bangs. Nylon bangs are so hard to get flat. So that'll probably be annoying. But I'm still gonna have fun with these. I really like Series 1. I want them to go on sale so I can get duplicates of a couple of them. But yeah, this kind of took me, I don't know, was there leaks for this and I just wasn't paying attention and I didn't see? Like, probably that's the case. But I like them a lot. So I'm excited for this line. I think the tie-dye way smarter than markers. Good on you. Good on you, MJ. You got this one right. And I'm curious about the articulation. Does it mention the points of articulation? It probably does in the leaks. I'm not sure. Let me go back. Not that I'm gonna like, I'm not gonna sit here and count all the articulation points, but I hope the articulation gets better. I can't tell from these pictures. I'm guessing we still don't have wrists. I just think we're not getting wrists back. That's my hot take. I think wrists are just gone. I think MJ doesn't want to deal with them, and I think that's sinister and evil because just give us the wrists back. Like it just makes such a huge difference. I really think so. But I think they look good. And then talking about my favorite of the three is like I said, like the Emmy Vonda one with like the low pigtails with the curls and the braids. I think she looks really cute. But I like all of them. I like all of them, and I'm excited. And then we're gonna end it with what I think is like the weirdest iteration of dolls that we're getting, which I have like the most to say on, which is what they're calling Moonbows, which I have no clue what that means or like what that's going to represent for Rainbow High. They're giving like Shadow High, right? Because they're non-human skin tones. But this is my theory. Before I even get into reading the description, is I feel like there's so many people. I'm not like this. I'm just saying I'm speaking from like observation. I feel like there's a lot of people who wanted an explanation on Shadow High as to what it is. Why do they look like that? Why are they different? Why is Sunny's twin sister Luna like grayscale and she's not? And I don't feel like they ever came up with a theory or an idea as to justify that. And I think instead of wanting to retcon and like give us that context, I think they're just gonna like shove it aside, act like it never happened, and come up with some type of like fantasy realm explanation, like with the promo for Rainbow World and like the portals and like going into another dimension. I'm sure that's how they're going to justify like these like Moonbows dolls, right? With like the orange skin and the blue skin and the purple skin. Like they're probably going to try to come up with an explanation and actually have it make more sense. Because as much as I love Shadow High and I don't really care about an actual like canon explanation, I think there probably was a lot of feedback they got internally about like people who didn't like that. So maybe this is their attempt at like coming up with a new iteration of Shadow High, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, but that has like maybe an explainable reason and justification for why they look the way they look like. And then another key feature of these dolls is kind of like mermaids again, like Novi stars. Their legs are like hollow, like snow globes, and have like sequins in them that you can like shake and move. So because of that, their legs don't have any articulation. But I think this looks really cool. I just think these dolls look so unique. And these definitely look a little rough as far as like prototypes go. So I'm not even gonna say that these are gonna be like exactly what we're gonna get in the end, like final copy. Um, but I think they look really cute. The pink one is probably gonna be a fan favorite. It's not Poppy, or not Poppy. It's not Bella at all. But like the little strawberry purse and like the aesthetic is very kawaii, kind of like Sunny Madison. The hair reminds me of Kaya Hart a lot, especially like the two braids down the center. Um, but that one's probably going to be the most popular one. I think the blue girl looks amazing. Like that hairstyle is so cool. Fashion's interesting, but like once again, at least the fashion is like a focal point with these dolls. I will say from the reboot that we've gone so far, slime dolls, the swim and style dolls, and the like junior high pajama party dolls, worst. Those are my least favorite. Like that's like my least favorite Rainbow High doll series. I do not like Sunny and Bella. I have both of them. I don't gravitate towards them. I don't really. I find very little redeemable qualities in them. I'm trying to think. The artwork, I like the artwork, but like the actual dolls, I just don't like. I do not like them. Yeah, they did not age well. Which sometimes that's like when I review them, I'm like kind, and then like with those ones, like as time's gone on, I'm like, no, they're just bad. And then I think the swim and style are fine for like a budget doll if you just like think about it in the context of a budget doll. And then as far as slime dolls go, I like them, which people do not like them, which I'm not gonna convince them otherwise. But I've had fun with them. But I also take into account like I don't know. I made videos with them, so like I have like memories with them in that way. It was a lot of fun making the slime, which I was very skeptical about at first. Like I think if you watch Skylar, she was my first one. I definitely was a little bit like not sour, but I felt like I was a little bit pessimistic in it maybe. Maybe that's just me recalling that video and like the memories with it incorrectly. But I feel like after Skylar, each consecutive review I did of the slime dolls just got better and better and like more positive. And now I really like them. And I am a little sad that they're so negatively received that like everyone just hates them. I feel like that hate is a little bit like unfounded a little bit. Like I don't feel like they're terrible. And I think others have said this. I'm going to repeat it as well. But if like the slime dolls were the first iteration of Rainbow High that we ever had, like that was the first time we ever seen Rainbow High, I think people would love them. But like the context of like what we lost, I think is definitely what like frustrated people. Which are that's totally valid, right? Losing articulation and fashion is subjective, right? But I think subjectively or objectively that I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think the fashion, like I can agree, like okay, it's not the best for the slime dolls. But where I'm getting at is from like this new Winter Doll line leak, the Color and Create series leaks, and the Moonbows leaks, all three of them I think consistently seem like fashion is a focal point, which hopefully that is able to like win fans back over. Uh, I think articulation is one thing, right? But I think the combination of like articulation being lost plus bad fashion, it was just like not good, right? It was not good for Rainbow High. But even if we're not going to get the articulation back that we want, if the fashion is good still, I think people will still come running to these dolls. I really do. I think right now the brand is like whatever. I don't think people are like loving the slime dolls, but I really think these leaks are promising. And that's kind of what I wanted. I just wanted a little bit of like hope in the brand, and faith that like all hope would not be lost. So these leaks have me feeling positive, excited, hopeful for the brand, which I will be honest, I was not expecting to feel like that. I've been kind of in my little Monster High era. I'm so excited for all of these new Monster High dolls coming out. And Rainbow High, I was like, we'll see what they can do. And I think funny enough, if I recall correctly, I think all of those dolls, the doll leaks happened on the same day. I think when all those big Monster High doll leaks happened with like Ultimate Secrets, and like Spectra and all of that, I think that happened, and then later in the day, Rainbow High happened. Like it was really weird. Like there was something strange going on, cosmic, happening that day. But I think Rainbow High is not going to go down without a fight, and I think they still have it in them. I really do. Now, do I think MGA likes us adult collectors? No, I don't think they do. I feel like Mattel is embracing adult collectors a little bit more than MGA is. But to be honest, I don't care. I'm gonna be like a little pest and like mosquito, and they can try to like swat me away, but I'm still gonna be here collecting. Like I don't care if I have if I have their well wishes, right? And it doesn't matter to me. Like I like dolls. I'm gonna collect dolls, whether the brand that I'm collecting from likes me or not. So sorry, MGA, you can't get rid of me or other collectors. But I think that's all I have to say. I don't know if I said everything in the best way. I was kind of distracted opening up this Sunny doll, who is cute. She needs a wash for sure. But yeah, this is just kind of a flowy stream of consciousness style video of me sharing my thoughts and ideas. I don't know. I'm always like wanting to talk about dolls, and I have a YouTube channel, so why not get on here and just yap away about my favorite thing, dolls. Yeah, I hope you had fun today listening to me and hanging out with me. I kind of like the style of video. It's a little bit more casual and loose and freeform. So yeah, let me know what you think. Comment down below if you're excited for any of these new Rainbow High leaks. I'm most excited for Moonbows. I don't care if they have no knee articulation. I want to hold one of those dolls. Like if I see a doll and I want to grasp it and just swing it around, like that's how I know it's going to be good. And I want to hold all of them just like this, like a greedy little kid, on a Christmas morning. So I'm very excited. I hope all of you are excited. If you're not, oh well. Hopefully there's something else out there that you enjoy that brings you peace. I don't know. But that's all I have to share with you today. My name is Eli. This is my channel, Draculija, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.